Barbershop conversation, guys. Um, Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I want to talk about the hip hop culture and its correlation to boxing, which we can correlate to any of them, but specifically, I follow all these boxers on Instagram and I watch their stories, and I can't help but comment and or give these guys some words of wisdom in terms of the hip hop culture and how it will financially eat you up. Every fight I see these, I'm not going to mention any names, but every fight, as a media personnel, you see when a fighter has nothing and then he shows up with 10 chains, iced out jewelry watch. Iced out Rolex. Um, you know, his entourage gets bigger. And that's the hip hop culture. The hip hop, and I'm going to use the hip hop culture term loosely because there's more to the hip hop culture. The hip hop culture has done wonders for my life in terms of educating me. So, for the sake of this video, the hip hop culture is the monetization of hip hop culture. If you guys feel what I'm saying, so I see these fighters, and as their popularity grows, as their purse grows, their jewelry grows, their card game grows, and so does their circle of friends. And what I what I've noticed is everyone is competing against what they were the last fight. You see, honestly, I was at the last fight, and I look at all the guys with the jewelry, and I'm like, damn, three chains around your neck is not enough to wear. And I admit I fall victim to that too. When I was younger, I had a bunch of jewelry. I melted that shit down and probably got half of what I paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm into buying dirt now. So and let this be a lesson learned. The great thing about investing in dirt is you can't get robbed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking around with $100,000 on my neck, and that's one of the assets to buying property and investing in dirt, because man, you got to go to court to rob me. So getting back, as I digress back down to these boxers and the hip hop culture. If you're not monetizing the hip hop culture, like I use Floyd as a great example. Many of you guys don't know this, but Floyd brought Lil Wayne to Al Heyman, which in turn was Lil Wayne's biggest tour in the history of his career. So with that being said, uh, if you're not monetizing or making money off the hip hop culture, naturally you are, because it increases your popularity, which increases your popularity, which increases your ticket sales, which increases your purse. But I'm talking about product, and it not going through five hands before it gets to you. So I encourage boxers to don't let the hip hop culture, the showing outward success of the hip hop culture, break you or get you broke. Because 7 out of 10 of y'all will be broke after your fighting career is over. 7 out of 10. So all these famous people, and that you guys see with having all this jewelry, having all this fame, having all these fortunes, having all these women, 7 out of 10 of them will be broke after they fight their last fight. Or as a matter of fact, when they start becoming a gatekeeper, they begin to get broke. You understand what I'm saying? So be wise. Just let this be a lesson to all the fighters. Be wise, man. And I would hate to see, like your heroes. Like I won't say any names, but you just don't want to see these guys fall, because as alpha men, when we see men who can do things better than us, we admire their physical capabilities, and the last thing we want to do is see them like fail at life. And you know, just if you have a fighter, if you have a young and up and coming fighter, send this to them, man. Um, and not just fighter, rappers, entertainers, visual arts, whatever the case may be. I didn't go overboard with my fascination. Well, I was fascinated. For real, I was fascinated with the jewelry game, the card game, you know, but I didn't go over the board. Fortunately, I didn't have the income to go overboard, and I was always a little bit more. I was a lot less pragmatic, but I didn't take that extreme step. So, anyways, man, have a great Sunday, and but just pass this on. I just felt like I needed to express this because I'm watching all these guys on Instagram popping bottles, got all the jewelry on, got 15 people in their circle of influence. Um, you know, that's not the sum of them. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and talk to you soon.